Greetings, Dr. Mark Winton here from the University of Central Florida Department of Criminal Justice, and I'd like to spend a little bit of time talking about an article, Technology and Conflict, Group Processes and Collective Violence in the Internet Era, written by Moulet, Decker, and Pyrus, and published in 2017 in Crime, Law, and Social Change. And what we have here is an article, a very fascinating and important article that begins to look at how technology can influence the escalation of conflict and violence. And so if you think about how often the internet has been used and social media has been used to influence social interactions and behaviors out there in communities, we begin to take a much closer look at how this takes place. Some of the features that we see related to this would be certain information that's posted, symbols, warnings, threats, and also what could be considered challenges. And what they did, the three authors, is they looked at street gangs, technology, and collective violence, and how the internet is linked to an escalation of violence. But they also found that with gang members that the internet certainly does influence them, and they are able to view over and over again and over long periods of time as well certain items that have been posted, whether it's a video of a fight that occurred a couple days ago or a year ago, or if it's a video of desecration of symbols, gang symbols, or it involves challenges to a gang, that this can escalate violence. They wanted to test this out, and so they actually went ahead and they surveyed 585 respondents, or they actually interviewed 585 respondents who had involvement with gangs and criminal behaviors, drawing from 5 different cities in the United States. And they were interested in if the respondents had ever targeted someone because of something they saw online, and if they were willing to use violence based on something they saw online and also respond to disrespect. And so what we begin to take a close look at is what influence we might see here. And what they found is that 17% of the respondents actually reported assaulting someone because of something that they saw online, and a third said they were willing to retaliate for violence based against their gang. And so certainly we see this influence of not only offline violence but online violence and how that can take place. So this is probably going to increase even more so in the future as we see new technological social media tools develop and quicker, more far-reaching methodologies. And so we, of course, in this line of work and research and practice is to understand the connections between offline and online thought processes, collective behavior, how online material can bring people together in a cohesive way that can lead to social action in a variety of ways, including the escalation of conflict and violence. And of course, the logical implications for us in criminal justice field is how do we use that to actually de-escalate and reduce violence. Thank you.